Welcome to Blue Mountain Farms, and this is our maple production video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Here at Blue Mountain Farms, we tap around 500 trees, and we started making maple syrup. It was just my grandpa and I, and we were kind of looking for something to do. We were getting that cabin fever, and we wanted a new project, a new experiment, so we started out tapping 12 trees. And we made about 2 gallons of syrup that first year, and I was really hooked. I thought it was a really fun, cool experience, so I've been tapping trees every year since. And that was about 11 years ago, and now we tap around 500 trees. We do about 200 buckets, and the rest are on lines, and we have a 2x6 wood-fired evaporator, and we have a filter press, and we have our cabin, our sugar shack right behind us that we built in 2010, and we've continually grown a little bit each year, every year since those first original 12 trees, and I really look forward to showing you guys our operation and what we do here at Blue Mountain Farms. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for coming along. So for a good maple season, we need cold nights and warm days. We need it to freeze at night and then thaw out during the day. So like 28 degrees at night and then 45 and sunny during the day. That really makes a nice maple season, and that freeze and thaw keeps that pressure flowing throughout the tree. And in this area in Pennsylvania, maple season for us usually runs from the beginning of February through the end of March. It all depends on the weather, just like anything else in agriculture. And but for us, maple season really depends on the weather. It needs that cold nights and those warm days. And when we start seeing that in the weather, we get out in the woods and we start tapping our maple trees. Okay, so this is where it all starts, right here in the woods with our maple trees. This is a red maple, and you can tap any kind of maple tree, and the amount of sugar in the tree will fluctuate between different species of maples. And we tap mostly red maples because that's what we have, but like I said, you can tap any kind of maple tree as long as you have those freezing nights and warm days, and that's what it really takes to make the maple syrup. So this is what we do. We start here in the woods, and this area we have them on tubing. This is 3/16 tubing, and it is gravity, and then it takes it down the sap down to our sugar shack where we boil it. So the first thing we have to do at the beginning of this season is we have to go around and we have to tap our maple trees. And you can tap the same maple trees year after year. It doesn't hurt the trees. And you can see right here, this is an old tap hole. It'll just heal up just like a scar. If we were to cut ourselves, we would heal up, and that's the same thing with the tree. So now, since we have our old tap hole right here, we're going to move over and up this here, and we're going to tap in this area. So our lines, this is our tap, this white piece right here, and then the sap runs down the tube. It'll run down the tube when we put it in the tree, and then it goes into this, and it takes it down to the sugar shack. So we need to first drill our hole, and we use a 1/4-inch drill bit, and we drill in about 1.5 inches deep. So our old tap hole's here, and then we're going to drill up here. So there's our new tap hole. And then we just stick our tap inside of there. in until it bounces. And there we go. So this is another one of our maple trees here, and we are tapping it and we're putting buckets on. And we do about 200 buckets on our maple trees, and we do that for the trees that there aren't a whole bunch together or they're along the road. And I also kind of like to see the buckets out in the woods. It doesn't feel like maple season until you see buckets hanging on the trees. So that's what we're doing here. And as you can see, we already tapped one bucket. We have one bucket hanging on our tree, and we can put multiple taps on each tree. It just depends on the diameter of the tree. A bigger tree like this, a healthy big tree like this, we can put 2 on, and you can put up to 3 on, but I usually don't put any more than 3 per tree. Has to be a pretty big tree too. So with our buckets, we are drilling a 1/2 inch hole. It's a little bit bigger. We're going a little deeper because our tap is a metal tap, and it's a little bit bigger than the plastic taps for the lines. So we're going to drill in over here because we have our one on this side, and then we're going to go on the other side of the tree. So we're going to drill in. And we're going to put our tap in. And then we're going to pound it in tight. And then we hang our bucket on. Hang our bucket on the hook. And then we put our lid on to keep the rain and snow out. Alrighty. And then we will come back and we will collect every day in the evenings, because we want to collect in the evenings to keep the sap from freezing inside of the buckets, so we don't end up with 200 blocks of ice. So we will be back in the evening every day throughout maple season to check each tree, and then we take it to the sugar shack for the next step in the process.
Our maple tree observer, making sure they don't go anywhere. Keep up the good work, Hazel.
I just wanted to thank everyone for watching, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up and comment, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the rest of the maple videos to come and everything else. So thank you guys, and hope you enjoyed.